Is it on?
Yes.
All right. These, I'm making the meatballs for Joseph Fernandez, Bobby Silliman, and Michael Silliman, who want to learn how to make meatballs. And I'll tell you the ingredients first. It's very, very easy. This is 1.5 pounds of chopped meat. And it's not very lean. It's like 85-15. All right, now, this is grated cheese, Parmesan cheese. This is garlic, like, you know, if you like garlic, use 3 or 4. I use 2 cloves of garlic chopped and a teaspoon of salt. This is parsley, chopped parsley. 1/4 cup of chopped parsley. 1 egg. This is a cup of breadcrumbs. I gotta feel it and see if I need it all or need it less. And of course, salt and pepper. Like a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper. This is any kind of old bread, day-old bread, whatever. I put it in water. Put it over the water. I put it over water, and you know, you make it get the water in there. How's it going? I feel like a nut. Now the chopped meat, you know, you try to mush it out a little bit. And it's all by feel too. If you feel it's a little dry, you got to add, you know, another egg. All right, so we'll start with the 1 egg. Sometimes you could use 2 eggs. So here goes the egg. 1 egg. I'm going to put the 1/4 cup of parsley. I'm going to put the garlic. This is garlic and salt, chopped fine. Like I said, you can use 2 cloves of garlic. If it's really big, or if it's small, use 4. If you like garlic. This is grated Parmesan cheese. You know, I'm going to put...
How much?
I'm going to put a couple of handfuls in it. Let's say like 1/2 cup.
It's more than 1/2 cup.
What, that? Yeah, but I didn't put... This is breadcrumb. And this is a cup. Now I'm just going to play it, put most of it in. Put like 1/2 cup in. And then I'm going to see how it feels. I'm going to put some pepper. And I put the salt in already. So about a teaspoon or a tablespoon of salt. That's it. Now, when the bread, you got to mush it out. You got to soften it. You squeeze all the water out of it. It could be Italian bread, any hard bread, any day-old bread, any fresh bread, any bread. Just squeeze and get all the water out. And then you just add it in here. Did I miss anything? I think I got it all. And then you squeeze it. You don't want to overwork it. You just try to blend everything in together. And if you say, oh, it's very dry, then you could even add some of this water or another egg. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm seeing if it's dry. If it's too dry, I'd add another egg. If it was too wet, I would add more breadcrumbs. And some people even put a little drop of milk. You know, they say it tenderizes the meat. You could do that. See, it's coming together. So, I think I need another meatball, another egg. Let's try another egg. And you don't overwork it, just till it gets wet, till it's blended in. Now I'm adding another egg, so that's 2 eggs altogether. Now it feels wet. It feels good. You see the difference? It's wetter. And that's it. I could sprinkle a little more breadcrumbs if I think it's too wet. That's it.
How about a little more cheese?
You want to put a little more cheese in, Phil? You can.
Yes.
That's it. And now it's
Okay, Martha.
Martha. Yeah. Now it feels just nice. See, it's wet, it's not too dry, it's wet. And that's all. Now, you got a scoop, ice cream scoop. You see how I mean, Jean? It's nice and wet now. Two
Yeah.
eggs. Too small.
Although you didn't say you needed an ice cream scoop at the beginning of the recipe. But I will get an ice cream scoop. Excuse me.
Now, what I do is I scoop these all out and I roll them in breadcrumb. Gives it a little crispy edge.
One ice cream scoop.
Yeah, make a nice scoop like this. This way they all come even, and you do it generous. You don't make them too small. It could be nice, and then you roll it, and then you roll it. The scoop makes them come about the same size, and like it's generous. It's not, just one little scoop. I'm gonna need another dish to put them.
Remember the time Michael made them? And he had one gigantic one.
That was for him. So then you just roll it in here. In the meantime, you could have a pot, a frying pan.
Show them the front.
Show them the frying pan with the oil.
Put some
Put
oil
about
in.
a quarter of a cup, a little less than a
Maybe
quarter.
I have a bigger frying pan.
No, I like that frying pan. Like, oh, I don't want to be in the picture. Oh, come on.
I don't want to be in the picture.
Cook
Here's a
central.
quarter of a cup.
How much?
Here's a quarter of a cup of oil. Sometimes I put more, I gotta see. So you roll all your meatballs first, this way, they're all ready to fry. And they all have to be rather hot, not, put it on medium, not low. And you're heating the things for a little while. And now, if you put the meatballs in a hot pan, they'll get crispy, and you don't have to cook them all the way through if you're going to put them in the gravy, because then you would finish cooking them in the gravy. But if you're going to just make fried meatballs and you want to eat them right away, then you'd have to cook them through. But if you just want to, just get them crispy on all sides, and you could take them out and then later on throw them in the gravy, and they cook the rest of the time in the gravy.
Well, how long would you cook them in the frying pan?
You just cook them on the one side, get it browned, and then till they're all browned. Not long. Till they're browned. And then if you're really just going to make fried meatballs, you leave them in there to cook longer. But the object is just to crust them up, get browned, and you put them in the gravy. Does that make sense?
So what does it usually take? 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
So according to how hot the oil is, maybe I would say 3 minutes on each side, 4 minutes on each side. It's all according to how hot you're getting your oil.
Well, the oil's getting hot.
I'll leave it get hot. It ain't hot enough. And this is what you do.
Now, if I wanted to eat them
If you want,
without going into gravy, how much longer
well,
would
you'd
I
have to
cook
cook
them?
them a little longer.
5 minutes longer?
So there's no pink in the
So
middle.
there's no pink in the middle.
Okay.
But the object of this is just to cook it fast, get it, have that high, crisp these up, and then put them in the gravy. If you're gonna eat them, you want to eat them just like this, then you cook them a little longer. You test one. If it's pink in the middle, you keep cooking.
How's our oil coming?
The oil has to be pretty hot.
Not that hot yet.
They say if you put a wooden spoon in like this and it sizzles, they say if you put a spoon in and it gets bubbly, that's not enough oil.
Well, that was a quarter of a cup. So you want to put a half.
Yeah. They say sometimes when it sizzles over the spoon. Meantime, this is stirring away. Did you shut it off, Phil?
Show it up.
The filming, you don't have to let this get
I'm
hot.
filming the oil. Okay, we done?
No.
Well, you could pause for a minute.
I don't know
Why?
how. Is it recording?
Yes, it's recording.
Now, if you see in the pot, there's all little bubbles around the spoon. You see those little white bubbles? You see them, the trail of bubbles? That means the oil is hot. Got to be hot oil. Now I'm going to test it. Yes, it's hot. See how it's sizzling? It got to be like that. Now, like I said, we're trying to just get them crusted on the outside so we can put them in the gravy. They don't have to cook all the way in the middle. If you're going to put them in the gravy, they'll cook there. But if you want just to make hard, you know, fried meatballs, then you're going to have to cook them a little longer. Test one, see if it's pink in the middle. And don't leave the oil heating up and go somewhere else and you could start a fire. And that's it. Now you let them get crispy on you. I'm making a mess out of the stove. Make them meatballs. All right, they just gotta fry a while.
Is there any way to pause it? That I don't know. Let me ask you.
I think I'm better than Susie Helmaker.
Jim?
I can see them cooking. We should time them. How long did I cook it on that side? How many minutes is, look on the stove, Phil. What does it say? What does it say?
13.
13 after. I want the time, I'm an idiot.
Okay, the microwave says 333.
All right, so I want to see how many minutes I'm cooking them. All right, I want to just test them and, you know, don't turn them, don't do anything. You could just check. That's it, but don't turn them, just let them get brown, crispy brown. All right, now the meatballs have been cooking 4 minutes on a medium high. They got it brown, and don't touch them until you're going to turn them. Come over here, Phil. I want you to see how brown. See, they're getting crispy brown. Now I'm turning them. See, they're crispy. And I want to do the same size to the other side. Just make them brown. And once you do this, you could just throw them in your gravy. And this is, I forgot to say, this is just all beef. It's not pork or veal. It's just all beef. You could add some pork, you could add some veal. And now I'm going to cook it another 4 minutes on this side. And that doesn't mean they're going to be cooked in the middle, but they're going to be brown, and I could throw them in a gravy. And then, you know, don't turn them too much, let them cook, and then you could turn them on the sides. We're just browning them. They're not cooked in the middle. Now, do you want these all cooked, Jeannie, or you want them just cooked in the middle? You don't want them cooked in the middle?
I think all cooked.
We're not going to cook these all the way through. We're going to cook these all the way through because they just want to have fried meatballs. But these are not cooked in the middle yet, and it's been on at least 5-6 minutes now, and I'm just browning them. And don't keep touching them, just let them cook. Do they look right? I don't want to keep repeating myself. They're not cooked on the side. Then once they brown on both sides, you could roll them so they get cooked evenly. And these have been cooking now 10 minutes, and they're still not cooked inside. But, like I said, if you just wanted to put them in the gravy, you could take them right out now and put them in the gravy. And they'll cook the rest in the gravy. And that's it. I'm just trying to get the sides brown too. Then I'll test one open and see how cooked it is, and that's it. If it's not cooked, I'll let them cook longer. All right, that's it.
Stop talking.
Now these have been cooking like 15 minutes. I'm gonna take one out and I'm gonna put a paper towel, but just to see if it's cooked in the middle. And it is. See? It's no pink. They're done. That's it.
Now you're going to take them all out and put them
Now
on the paper
now
towel?
I'm gonna take them all out and put them on the paper towel because they're all fried. They're ready to eat. I got the other one there. I put a little more oil in. I could use a big scoop to do this. And that was about 15 minutes I cooked them to get, these are small, they're not big. Then of course you can roll, after they're cooked on each side, you can roll them around and you could get the all sides done.
And there's about 12 meatballs there and 12 meatballs. It makes about 24 meatballs, right?
Now, when I add the other back, I'm going to get a little more oil. Because of course these take up oil. Let it heat on medium high. And we'll taste the meatball. Perfect.
I didn't get that.
They're perfect. You know, just be careful with the hot oil. I don't want nobody to burn themselves.
Just gonna put them in.
They're sizzling. See, when it sizzles, it's good. These are going to cook even faster. Because the oil is very hot now. What about this one? I always sprinkle a little salt when I take them out. And that's it. They're very easy. I hope you make them, let me know. And don't burn yourself on the oil. See, look at this. Now these were only in 2 minutes and they got that brown because the oil is very hot. The second batch cooks faster. See how brown? They don't take as long as the first batch. And they're crispier because the oil is very hot. Good luck. Let me know how you do. Very easy. You could do it. What do you think, Jean? Perfect. Just show them the meatballs.
They say finito.
I didn't know I cooked it. What is this on? Yeah, that's perfect.
It wasn't that highly.
I'm shutting down.